It's all going to zero. Sell everything. All right, let's talk a little XRP. The main story here is the SEC appeal with the XRP. There's a lot of moving parts. There's a lot of legal mumbo jumbo. We're going to try to sift through the noise and give you the real breakdown here. SEC seeks to file an appeal against XRP crypto case ruling. Here we have Gary Gensler looking at your tax records. The SEC has just announced plans to seek an interlocutory appeal against this July 13th court decision that Ripple Labs token is not a security when sold at crypto exchanges sold to retail. So we had one favorable ruling, one unfavorable ruling. They're appealing the one that they didn't like. So SEC said, hey, we don't like it when XRP isn't selling things as securities. They're fine. They didn't want to appeal, of course, anything working in their favor, but XRP is not looking good as far as this appeal goes. All right, well, let's talk about the grounds for appeal here. The SEC revealed that the appeal would be based on several grounds, including seeking legal clarification on the evidence for differences of opinions. The attorney urged Judge Torres to consider the impact an appeal will have on other lawsuits the commission is pursuing, especially in cases like SEC versus Coinbase, also probably SEC versus Binance US. The SEC wants the court to order a stay of proceedings during the upcoming appellate review. So they're saying, hey, you know how you ruled against us? Hey, we're also like fighting all these other crypto companies. That's not a good look for us. I don't think the judge is really going to care about that, though. The stance on cryptocurrency. The SEC views digital assets such as cryptocurrencies as securities and has always claimed regulatory authority. The commission has heard over 100 enforcement actions against companies involved with crypto, where many culminated in alternative dispute resolution agreements, such as settling. They are known for settling. They're not known for, taking something all the way to jury. If it does go to jury, this is my understanding, according to John Deaton, if it goes to jury, we have second quarter of next year.
Yes. Yeah.
So we'll be gearing up right around the halving. I could see some bullish action if they do push it back that far.
But the big takeaway here is ultimately that has a lot more to do with the SEC versus Ripple, not the SEC versus XRP. There's not a lot they can do to suppress XRP at this time. They're not appealing. They can't appeal against the ruling by Judge Torres that XRP is not a security. So anyone who's freaking out, wondering, hey, is this going to lead towards XRP getting overruled? That's not happening yet. I mean, that's obviously what Gary wants, but he has to stay within his legal framework, and that's not his option.
We were saying this months ago. There's going to be a lot of back and forth with the football here. You know, this started in 2020 in December. And, there's always like this huge landmark decision is going to be 3 months from now. And then it happens in 3 months. And it's like, oh, yeah, there's an appeal process.
Yeah.
And then there's like, oh, yeah, but now it's about to end. Be like, oh, yeah, well, now there's like an appellate court appeal process. Okay, so are we done? No, there's one above that. And then it goes to Supreme Court. There's always going to be, they're always going to kick the ball. All right.
I just think the good news, I think the biggest takeaway here is what just happened should have no effect on stopping XRP from rallying this bull market. It might just delay Ripple's ability to go public and start getting all that stuff. They just got to clear all this stuff up first. That's the big takeaway here. XRP is safe.
Yeah, well, I think big institutions, they want more of a slam dunk win. And I don't think we have the slam dunk win yet. All right, expressing here, we're going to talk about Deaton here. Expressing his excitement about XRP being removed from the latest list of SEC securities on CoinGecko, Deaton tweeted, "Today, not on the list. XRP." Deaton compared this development to how it began 3 years ago when the SEC claimed that Ripple sold over 14.6 billion units of digital asset security. So there's the CoinGecko list. We actually pulled it up early in the show, so it was no longer on there. There still are some tokens on the list: BNB, Cardano, Solana, Tron. Polygon, Toncoin, BUSD, Atom, Filecoin, ICP, Near, Algo, Sand, Axie Infinity, Mana or Decentraland, Flow, Chiliz, and it's not BitTorrent. Is it? No, it is BitTorrent, not BitToken, and BitTorrent as well. So Ripple CTO responded positively to this admission, saying, not on the list, Orange Grove's live beavers warehouse receipts for whiskey casks and XRP. This is a humorous reference to some of the other items the SEC has once tried to bring under its regulatory control. Just like they want to stop Ethereum, they also try to stop live beavers and whiskey casks. Man, they always just go too far, don't they? Here we have Jeremy Hogan breaking down Eleanor Terrett's. She was on the show before.
Yeah.
ATB as well. Torres says the court will seek to schedule a jury trial in the second calendar quarter of 2024. So April, May, June 2024. They ordered both parties to submit blackout dates for trial by Wednesday, August 23rd. So Jeremy Hogan breaking it down. Individual defendant's trial will begin around May 2024. That means final judgment in the case won't be entered until late summer 2024 at the earliest. Any appeal would go well into 2025. The gloves, on the other hand, now, delays are good for XRP and Ripple. Would you agree that delays are good?
Well, I mean, again, good. I don't know if I'd say good, but it's not detrimental. I think John Deaton made it really clear. They expected this. You said it. We expected this. No one's surprised by anything. And ultimately, again, this is more like a last-ditch effort by the SEC because they've lost and they know it, and they just don't like to wave the white flag because they want to try to still go after these other companies and coins. So this is their only option. They had to do something in their eyes.
Ripple prepares response as SEC asks for appeal permission. I think that's Deaton right there, thinking of Civil War battles. No, this is Chief Legal Officer Stuart Alderoide, I think I'm saying it right, has responded to the recent announcement by the SEC regarding its intention to appeal Judge Torres's partial judgment that favored Ripple. He asserts that SEC does not have the authority to launch an appeal. To do so, they're seeking the court's permission to proceed with what is known as this interlocutory appeal. Conversely, Ripple plans to present its counter to the court filing in the coming week. A tweet from him elaborates on the matter, saying, the SEC does not have the right to appeal just yet, which is why they're asking permission to file. Ripple will file its response within the court next week. Stay tuned. So it looks like this is not a normal thing that they filed this interlocutory appeal. And so they're asking for permission, and then they'll be granted permission or not, and whether or not they can then file this appeal. And then Ripple will have their day in court as they get to appeal the appeal. And then here we go, in this topsy-turvy thing for the next, I guess, another 6 months, it looks like at this point.
Again, it is just a kick the can further down the road, keep delaying because you want to waste taxpayer money and not admit defeat is what Gary's thinking right now.
All right, stop spreading FUD. I don't think we.
I don't know which part.
Not
of the
yet.
FUD
Not yet. Not yet. It's all going to zero. Sell everything. There you go. There's your FUD. All right. I'm watching the chart. It's dropping. The minute chart. It's down. All right. Back to the SEC here. The SEC's pursuit of this appeal in the Ripple case marks a pivotal juncture in the ongoing debate over XRP's classification. As regulatory clarity continues to shape the crypto landscape, this case could potentially set a precedent for how other digital assets navigate their legal standing. That's why there's a lot riding on this. And that's why the SEC is fighting it so hard. They're saying, hey, this ruling is going to be used for other cryptocurrencies, so we can't have anything favorable for a crypto protocol. It has to be all negative, and you got to be Team SEC, Judge. Come on. We got to fight these coins and prevent them from launching. That was Brad Garlinghouse.